Consistent with polls that have been conducted by various societies and also in health and beauty magazines, I see about 10% of my patient population being male. However, interest is really growing. So I think this is an untapped market that we are definitely looking at in terms of strategy and marketing initiatives in our practice. And I think it's really important to explore technologies that don't seem as intimidating or cosmetic-y to the male population. And I think Vanquish is a spectacular way to sort of introduce this into our male population and the men that may be significant others to patients that are already established within your practice. If you look at men, typically my most common patient, they're a little bit weary of some of the injectables. There's sort of a stigma attached with cosmetic procedures, but I think a non-invasive means of removing fat and the midsection in particular, that spare tire, is something that troubles a lot of the male population. Several studies have shown over 60% of males, if they had to pick out an area that they're really bothered by, it's their midsection, it's their abdomen. So in particular, when I talk to patients and my male patients, they typically don't want something that's invasive. If there's a non-invasive means of treating a condition, they're definitely more game for that. And I think that's where the Vanquish fits in to my practice in terms of tailoring treatments and also catering to my male patients. It's something that's quick and easy. My male patients love that there's no downtime to it at all. It's not something that they're going to be ridiculed or sort of chosen for or narrowed in on at work or at home for doing, because no one will know that they're actually doing it. They just may be looking like they're spending a few extra hours in the gym. Men do have an interest in cosmetic procedures, but they usually sort of meander around it. So they typically want to look better, but it's to be competitive, to feel better about themselves, and also to be competitive in the workspace. And so when you think about procedures that may appeal to the male population, there's two things that you need to think about. Typically hair and the midsection. And so Vanquish really captures that essence of the majority of men really being bothered by their midsection and their abdominal area. And if you can secure their interest and gain them as a patient, and for them to see results with a procedure that's non-invasive, that's quick and easy, and has measurable results, you've really sold them. And I think that sort of becomes the gateway procedure for other things that you may offer in your practice, from hair loss control to laser hair removal to injectables and other devices. Another niche of the cosmetic marketplace that I see a lot come walking through my door are a couple of things in terms of the female population. The first is the mommy makeover. So a lot of times, some of my female patients, they've had their child or maybe two, sometimes three, and because of some of the sleep deprivation and because of some of the changes that they've undergone during pregnancy with various weight gain and weight loss, they're really not feeling their best. And in terms of areas that are problematic for new moms, typically the midsection is an area of focus. And so I think Vanquish really capitalizes on the ability to get closer to that taut tummy that they remember from pre-pregnancy days. And if they have high satisfaction with a procedure that's so easy, has minimal downtime, allows them to still conduct their daily activities, pick up the children, and drop people off on carpools, it's really a high satisfaction procedure and keeps them interested in the practice and allows them to sort of see other facets of their body and possibly facial procedures that they may want to do in the future. One of the things that I find fascinating and really satisfactory as a physician that uses Vanquish is patients start to get feedback from the procedure. So typically we do 4 extended treatments of 45-minute duration done weekly. And by the time that some patients are undergoing their 3rd or 4th treatment, they're really starting to notice some of the changes. And I think that's really positive feedback for the patient. Although final results aren't going to be reached for a month or maybe 3 months down the road, the fact that they're starting to get a feedback 3 weeks and 4 weeks into the treatment really gives them feedback and motivation about their life in general. They can start to see the results, they see some of the positive changes happening in their midsection, and from there it allows them to explore other areas that they may want to improve as well. A third area that's a popular sort of niche of patients that we see coming in our door are brides-to-be, which obviously this is a really exciting time for them. These women are highly motivated. They want to look great for their special day, and they're often very adherent. They're doing the right things in terms of diet. They're doing the right things in terms of exercise. But they've got diet and exercise down, but they're still having problem areas. And I think that's really where a discussion with something like Vanquish is appropriate. And so if you can have something that really doesn't take away from some of their bridal planning and their special wedding day activities, but they can start to see the results in a period of months, it really is a high reward procedure. And in addition, they're not only looking at their body, but they're often looking at their face, because although we can Photoshop things, they really want to look perfect on their special day. And so I think not only does Vanquish bring people in the door in terms of getting ready for the big day, but it also opens the opportunity for them to undergo other procedures such as injectables or light lasers to really get their skin perfect in addition to their midsection. And it's not just weddings that patients are really getting ready for, it's all sorts of occasions. Yes, I practice in an environment, Southern California, where it's warm year-round, and it really is bikini weather year-round, but whether you're in Southern California or you're in an area that has some more traditional four seasons, I think there are special occasions and there are opportunities to really market the Vanquish throughout the year. As you approach wintertime, patients are thinking about their bikini body, and I know that becomes a busy time that they want to see results, and this really gives the opportunity through Vanquish to see measurable results in their midsection. But then fall, it really becomes skinny jeans season, and so no one wants a muffin top. And so I do have patients that come in really wanting to look better in their clothing, look better in their jeans, have a fabulous weekend, and feel confident about themselves. And I really think Vanquish is an opportunity in a short period of time with measurable results to provide that for the patient. When I think back to our Vanquish treatments, there really is a high patient satisfaction level. And I think it really is the tipping point for patients feeling really self-confident again and sort of becoming a little bit more introspective. We've gotten lots of laughs and smiles following the 3-month follow-up of patients, but oftentimes it's sort of the single motivator for them to adopt a healthier lifestyle than maybe they previously had. We've got a patient that's become somewhat of a competitive bodybuilder following treatment with Vanquish. We have new moms that really feel confident when they're going to the pool this summer. We have gentlemen that maybe they're re-entering the dating space or entering a new work environment, and they feel more confident knowing that their midsection has been whittled a bit by Vanquish.